For the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Atiku Abubakar, it is no retreat, no surrender in his desire to rule Nigeria. Following the Supreme Court judgments affirming the victory of President Bola Tinubu in the 2023 presidential election, Atiku declared that Nigeria is the biggest loser and not himself. Addressing journalists in Abuja, the former vice president said he is not going away. So let's listen to former President Atiku Abubakar.
I am absolutely sure that history will vindicate me. One such headline recommendation was the concept of rotational presidency, anchored on the principle of 6 years single term among the 6 geopolitical blocs. Even the notional idea of delineating the country along geopolitical blocs was a creation of the 1995 Constitutional Conference. As for me and my party, this phase of work is done. However, I'm not going to go away. If you think I'm going to go away, forget about it.
Wow. Today, I expected that press conference would be coming with congratulatory message to President Bola Tinubu, but Atiku is saying, no. He's not going anywhere.
Atiku just showed today that he's not a man who honors his word, because he promised to give up fighting Asiwaju once the Supreme Court gives Asiwaju Bola Tinubu victory. But what he has done today is read an extremely long piece of diatribe full of nagging and nagging and nagging. So, which is against the promise that he made. You submitted yourself to the Supreme Court. You promised your supporters that they should be patient, that the Supreme Court will give you victory. At the end of the day, you didn't get the victory that you wanted. And now you are calling the Supreme Court names. This same man, when he was winning all those cases against Asiwaju, is the same judiciary that he's trying to rubbish today that delivered those victories to him despite being an underdog. If the Supreme Court and other courts wanted to be corrupt at that time, of course, Obasanjo had, as president, he could afford to compromise everybody. You will never have the influence that a president has. A president with power to dismiss your own personal aides. We saw it happen now. But at that time, he was not abusing those judges. He was not saying that, that they are corrupt, they are this, they are encouraging crime, they are doing this, they are doing that. How did they encourage crime? Just because they did not agree with you that Asiwaju forged this CSU certificate that he submitted with the INEC. Did the school say the certificate was forged? In that deposition that took more than 5 hours, there was no time that the guy said that document is forged. In any case, how do you even forge what belongs to you? You rightly earned your certificate with honors. It is people who do not have something that go to the extent of forging. You cannot achieve forgery without alteration. There's no evidence that anything on that certificate was altered. This is the definition of forgery. Mesoma turned what is called to something higher. That is forgery. Asiwaju did not turn a certificate where it's called ordinary pass to high honors. If you had done that, then you can say that is forgery. I don't know how these people think, honestly. Because what are we talking about here? Including those comparing what happened with Mesoma. They've forgotten that Mesoma changed her figures because she wanted to be the highest scorer in JAMB. Did Tinubu do anything like that? The school attested to the fact that he passed, that he graduated with high honors. All that we need to do is check whether what the school said is called was what is on the certificate. That's what we should do. And the school said that we allow the third-party elements to print these things. In their own claim, they are not bothered. Some people even print their certificate and design it to make it look beautiful. In their claim, they don't care. It is your transcript that they are bothered about. The school described even the certificates as ceremonial. Atiku spent so much time. He did not, you see, where a man chooses to lie to himself, the things that he's supposed to talk about, he will not talk about them. Atiku should have spoken about the fact that his party elected to not zone the presidency to the south. He preferred a northerner, a Fulani, to succeed a Fulani. But Atiku will come and tell you that he believed in one Nigeria. That's why he didn't support Muslim ticket. But you wanted, as a Fulani, to succeed another Fulani for another 8 years. What is the wisdom in that? How is that even better than having diversity, but in terms of religion, okay, congruity in terms of religion, but diversity in terms of ethnicity? The reason Atiku and his people in the PDP, as if they were under his spell, allowed crisis to fester in their party. They chased away Kwankwaso over a mere national leadership position in the party that they could have given to Kwankwaso's boy. They allowed him to go. They chased him. They frustrated him out of the party. They allowed Obi to go to what was it called? To Labour
Party.
Between Peter Obi, Atiku, and Kwankwaso, they had about 14.5 million votes, which if they had come together, if they had worked together, they would have defeated Bola Tinubu by a huge landslide. They believed that, okay, let those 5 governors go. Let Kwankwaso go. Let Obi go. That was the reason he lost this election. So he should also, what he should be thinking about is how do we reorganize our party? Instead of all this long diatribe that he wrote, in which...
Should he be thinking of 2027?
You can organize the party without even thinking of it. He can help while he's still there.
Okay.
By the time they will do that election, it will be 81 years. But you have already heard from him, he said he's going nowhere. He's sending a message to them in the PDP that, as it has always been, I'm the only one good enough to be your presidential candidate. That's what he's telling them. So look at him. He doesn't think that this is the time to resign. Many people thought by the end of that speech they will hear that as a result of the fact that I've been frustrated again and again and again, I want to announce today that I am quitting politics. That was what some people expected to see. But he disappointed them by saying, if you think I'm going away, you are wrong. He knew what he was doing.
It's very, very interesting now that, look, Atiku has not closed the door against 2027.
No, we do not expect him to close the door, actually. Remember the last press conference that he held? It was very particular about people coming together to form opposition to Asiwaju Tinubu. Today did not go that far. But what he did today that was very amusing to me as a person was that he started a sentence about the 1995 National Conference, about the deal that they recommended of rotational presidency. And then he got stuck at that point because he realized that what he's reading is not at par with where he's going. Because once you started like that I recommended this and I want to recommend it again, that means you are disqualifying yourself. Because what he's asking for, clearly, is that, well, let's go back to that recommendation. 6 years, 1 term. And then let me be the person. Whatever Imiloko means in Fufudu. That's what he's asking for. So you know that this one is not only going anywhere. Some people, I don't want to say whether they are Afars or Imams, or whatever they call them, are still telling him he's still going to be president of Nigeria. They're not telling him whether it's this.
Money.
Yeah.
Those are the most wicked categories of people that you will find.
Yeah.
people will not tell you the truth to your face, but they continue to lie to you. People who in the Yoruba language will say, "Mo ṣe lọ mò ń wẹ̀ yẹn." You know, "Mo jó lọ kọ́ náà." "Mo jó lọ mò ń wẹ̀ yẹn."
How many joga?
You see, they will tell you, you see, apá rẹ̀ ó kà mo ṣe lọ. No, in the learning language, mo ṣe lọ apá rẹ̀ ó kà. That's what they've been telling him, collecting his money in a very mindless manner. And you knew that he would not win. But you would tell him, you are going to win. You are the nicest politician around. Yeah. Nobody is better than you. He's already serving that notice to them. I'm going nowhere. So if you thought he will be 81 by the time of the next election, he will be 81.
The tragedy of the Atiku journey is the fact that everybody can see the tragedy.
Donald Trump was 83.
No, it was not 83. 73. That's different now. The gap is wide.
Because Atiku is a man who has boasted for years of his total belief in the judiciary.
Yeah.
That he always, there was a, don't forget, during the campaign, that he never lost a court case. Okay. Remember, there was a time they were saying that. Okay. Every time he goes to court, he will win.
It's a lie.
All right.
I said that's what they are saying. Don't forget.
How about cases that he lost?
Against Buhari?
Against Buhari.
So when you create
anybody can lose a court.
When you create an illusion, you start believing your own hype. That is sign of sickness.
We hope to hear very soon from Mr. Gregory Obi.